Coming up on this episode of DL Weekly, a tropical storm rolls in, a new visitor is scheduled to land in Batuu, we have an opening date for Tiana's palace.
Sippers and straw clips and buckets, oh my. Plus we discuss the new Halloweentime Foodie Guides and more. DL Weekly starts now.
This is your captain speaking to you from the wheelhouse. I'd like to welcome all of you aboard the DL Weekly podcast. For safe passage on our trip, please do not sit or climb on the outside railings, and be sure to watch your children. The water can be unpredictable in these parts, and we'd sure hate to lose any of you.
Hello and welcome to this episode of DL Weekly for the week of August 23rd, 2023. I'm Teresa Urban.
And I'm producer Vern. Thank you to Ida W. for becoming an official weekly tier on our Patreon. Our supporters get some pretty fun perks like DL Weekly swag, bonus content, and access to our Discord community. A special thank you to Carolyn C., Richard S., and Allie A. for your continued support. If you would like some more Disney magic in your day, head on over to dlweekly.net/support to join the community.
Well, you have heard us talk about our great experiences staying at the Howard Johnson Anaheim. Well, we have partnered with them to offer our listeners some really cool discounts. Weekly tiers get 15% off their stay, and Magic Keyholder weekly tiers can get 20% off. To take advantage of these discounts, head on over to dlweekly.net and click on the Howard Johnson logo. Be sure to use the promo codes on the site to get the discount that you qualify for.
It's that time again. We are hosting our public live stream this Sunday. Join us on our YouTube channel at 5:30 p.m. Disneyland time. We'll be talking about our upcoming trip to Marceline, Missouri.
It's that time again for our friend Eric over at Concierge to catch us up on other Disney news.
Hello, everyone. This is Eric Johnson with Concierge, and welcome to the D180. While Teg and Teresa cover all things Disneyland, in the D180, we take a spin around the rest of the Disney universe, and we do it in 180 seconds. Let's jump right in. We start our journey in Walt Disney World, where ticket savings are being extended. A while back, I told you about a special 4-day park ticket for $99. This mega deal allows you into each theme park once per day. There is no park hopping on this plan, but you do get a full day in each of the 4 parks with no reservations required. This screaming deal was supposed to run out this summer, but you benefit from lower attendance levels at the parks. You could still score these tickets through September 22nd, which is also the last day to use them. The tickets expire within 7 days of first use or on September 29th, so get a plan together and head to Orlando. If you need a little more time, Disney Plus subscribers can still save on rooms at a Disney Resort hotel at various times from late October through late December. Save up to 35% on your whole stay depending on which resort you choose. If you're a fan of the Oogie Boogie Bash at Disneyland Resort, and who isn't, you really need to head to Walt Disney World to check out Mickey's Not-So-Scary Halloween Party. The first party dates have already begun, and we're getting a great look at all of the differences between these two Halloween parties. The Magic Kingdom's party has a few more dates available, so the crush for event tickets isn't quite so heavy as it is in California. From what I'm seeing, the biggest new change this year is picture opportunities. Those crafty PhotoPass folks cooked up a bevy of spooky new interactions in their cauldrons. All around Mickey's party, your pictures will be haunted by jack-o'-lanterns, ghosts, costumed characters, and other chilling effects. If you ever wanted to join the classic Silly Symphony skeleton dance, now is your chance. It looks like you'll find fun differences all around the park this year. If you're compelled to compare these two Halloween parties, get in touch with us. Our planners have all the dish on both and would love to get you set up with a trip. And hey, the Epcot International Food and Wine Festival is in full swing. I can't wait to stop by the Old Odyssey restaurant where Muppet Labs presents their Brew Wing Labs. Yes, Brew-Wing Labs. Videos of Beaker and Honeydew explain their experimental menu. Plenty of wing options are available, for some reason, including the mouthful name Unnecessarily Spicy Yet Extremely Tasty Scotch Bonnet Pepper Curry Wings. Yeah, this has to be the only menu item in Walt Disney World with a comma. The labs also produce a bunch of other wing selections and drink selections with alcohol and without. I don't know about you, but I love Muppets, wings, and drinking things, so I'm all in. And that's 180 seconds. I hope you enjoyed our quick spin around the rest of the Disney universe. If you would like to learn more about these Disney adventures or just have a few questions, please come on over. Visit the social media and websites of both DL Weekly and us, their official travel planners concierges. We look forward to planning something special for you and yours. I'm Eric Johnson, and this has been your D180.
Thanks, Eric. Now let's get to the news.
A tropical storm went through Southern California this past Sunday. On Saturday, Disneyland made an announcement that they were closely monitoring the storm and would make adjustments based on the latest information from the National Weather Service. At that time, the decision was made to close the parks early, with DCA closing at 9 p.m., Disneyland at 10 p.m., and Downtown Disney at 11 p.m. To prepare for the storm, Disneyland did things like clean storm drains, roll up construction scrims, and remove unsecured umbrellas. Thankfully, the worst-case weather scenarios did not come to Anaheim.
Yeah, this was pretty interesting to watch because some of the local parks, like Knott's Berry Farm, actually made the decision. They closed on Sunday. Disneyland and I believe Universal both decided to remain open. Tag was there. Tag is not, as you've noticed, not on the podcast this week because he's actually out on a cruise. They had a family vacation. He, James, and their new exchange student all headed out to California. And they just happened to be at the parks during this kind of interesting weather time on Sunday. So I'm interested to hear his reports. Like Vern said, though, thankfully, worst case weather scenarios did not come to Anaheim. It looked, from the updates I was getting from Tag, park was very quiet. It was also a very soggy day. So if you were okay with having some squishy shoes and some drippy t-shirts, ride wait times were very, very low because a lot of people chose to stay home and avoid the weather just because it was predicted to be quite nasty. Now, other areas in California did get it much, much worse. So our hearts go out to those that were affected by this storm. Well, this past Sunday was also the annual Chalk Walk. This is a wonderful event that's a 5K walk through the Disneyland Resort that raises money for the Children's Hospital of Orange County. This year, they raised over $2 million.
Wow.
Pretty amazing.
From a 5K.
From a 5K walk.
That is amazing.
Yeah, it's really, really amazing. So this year with the storm, a lot of people did choose to not participate in the actual event, but of course still were able to raise money for such a wonderful cause. So yeah, this is one of the events that Tag and I have been talking about. It is on our Disney bucket list. One of these years we're going to make it out. We talked about it. We almost did it this year, but things did not pan out. Tag ended up doing something differently that weekend instead, also at the parks, as you know. But he did not participate in Chalk, but it was really interesting. I followed, the Howard Johnson actually had a team, and I was following their social media updates to see how things were going. It seemed like in the morning when the Chalk event was going on, it was a lighter rain, and so people were able to just get by with wearing ponchos and stuff like that. But the bigger parts of the storm weren't scheduled to come through until later in the day, so the event was still able to go on.
Oh, that's really cool. Good for them. Well, we're almost there. Disneyland has announced the opening date for Tiana's Palace. On September 7th, guests will be able to enjoy all of the elegant and subtle details of this updated location. Tiana's Palace will remain a quick-service restaurant. That means no reservations needed to enjoy the new space. A new menu has been teased that will represent the princess's story and honor the flavors and flair of New Orleans.
I keep getting more and more excited about this place.
Oh, yeah.
And it's been no secret. I was not understanding, nor was I a fan of doing the retheme because I didn't get why it was needed. However, because of all the different things that they've been posting on the Disney Parks blog, like this current article that is linked in our show notes, of course, for you. I'm just getting really excited because of things that they're sharing like this. Disney Imagineer took inspiration from the film for the interior of the restaurant, which includes a large mirror of the bayou. You also see references to Tiana's story, lilies represented on different things, plaques, light figures, there's frog porcelains, cookbooks, her father's favorite gumbo spoons on display. I'm really excited about all of the details and all of the references that they've included in this space for the film.
Yeah, it looks really cool. I mean, just from the pictures and everything. And, I mean, really for me, anytime that you bring in New Orleans style food, I'm going to be excited. So it was already a great space, and now bringing in all this extra flair and the, just the beauty that they're adding to it, I think it's going to be really nice.
Yeah. I'm excited to see it because it will be open for the next time Tag and I are out at the parks. So I'm very excited to see what this space looks like in person.
Yeah.
Well, with a new season comes new souvenir popcorn buckets and sippers. Currently, the resort has an amazing Hatbox Ghost sipper that we've talked about, as well as a Disneyland train bucket. But during Halloween time, more will materialize. There's a glow-in-the-dark Donald's candy corn sipper that's returning, and previously released at Walt Disney World, the Mayor's Car from the Nightmare Before Christmas popcorn bucket is coming to Disneyland. Plus, there's a new Mickey Mouse skeleton bucket, Minnie Mouse as Winifred Sanderson, and a Light Up Zero bucket that are all going to be available throughout the resort. Not to mention, there are quite a few different fun-themed glow cubes, straw toppers, bottle toppers, and straw clips that are available too. I mean, the list is wild, and people that are popcorn bucket collectors are going to have if you have to limit yourself to one, good luck choosing, because they're all really, really great.
Yeah, if you're the popcorn bucket collector type, all of these just look so cool. I mean, just from the pictures, obviously I'm not holding one in my hand, but the pictures I'm seeing, they look so neat, and the variety is just so cool.
There's a Mickey Mouse shaped pumpkin glow cube.
Yep, that's what I was just going to say. That glow cube is so cute. Cool looking. It's the classic, Mickey ears on the pumpkin, but it's glowing with the orange, and it's cool.
Mm-hmm. The Minnie Mouse Hocus Pocus dress up sipper is what they're calling it, but it's Minnie dressed as Winifred Sanderson. It's so cool, and it looks like it lights up. Maybe this, I don't know for sure. It doesn't say for sure if it does or not, but in the photo, it looks like it might even light up. I've had my eye on the Mayor's Car from Nightmare Before Christmas. They released this at Walt Disney World because their Halloween parties start in August. Okay. And so this was released there. They did not say that this was coming to Disneyland. And so I was like, oh, that's such a cool bucket. I'm so jealous of Walt Disney World. Well, it's coming to land too. So I was very, very excited about that. The Tow Mater vampire the vampire version of Tow Mater is coming back. This was fun too. I am not usually a glow cube person. That's usually more of Tag's thing, and it's not necessarily because he's interested in the glow cube itself. He just likes a glowing drink, if that makes sense.
Yes.
But they have a Worms Wart potion bottle glow cube. Of course, Worms Wart is from The Nightmare Before Christmas. Mm-hmm. Yep. This is only available at the Hollywood Lounge in DCA or at the Hearthstone Lounge at Disney's Grand California. Okay. So it is not.
You got to seek that one out.
Yeah. It's only located at 2 places. Most of the other things are at various places. The popcorn cart near the Haunted Mansion is going to be the place to be. It looks like not only is the Mayor's Car going to be there, but the Light Up Zero bucket is going to be there. Multiple places also in Disney California Adventure. Of course, we will have the link in our show notes if you're curious and wanting to get your hands on any of these collectible sippers, souvenirs, straw clips, bottle toppers, glow cubes. I think I got that all covered. But link will be in the show notes to let you know the locations as to where these are all available.
Pluto's Pumpkin Pursuit is returning to Disneyland. This fun, self-paced hunt will run from September 8th through November 1st. Disney released a sneak peek of this year's prizes, character pumpkin sippers. To join in the fun, you will need to first pick up a map for $9.99. Once you have found the hidden pumpkins, you can return your map at World of Disney or Pin Traders for a prize.
As everyone knows, I really like these definitely geared towards children scavenger hunt type things, but they're so fun.
I paused so that you would be able to start the conversation on this because this is very much your alley. Mm-hmm. Yep.
I love this. I will say, though, I'm not super excited about it may just be me, but I'm not super excited about the prizes this year. I wasn't overly excited about what the little prizes were last year either, but nonetheless, it's not about the prize. It's about the fun of going through and trying to find all these cute decorated pumpkins around.
Sure.
But yeah, these are little pumpkin sippers, so it's a little orange sipper. The Mickey, they each have, how do I explain this? They each have a screen print of the pumpkin on them. So like the Mickey sipper has a sticker or a screen print of what the Mickey pumpkin in the pursuit looks like. Same thing with Minnie, Goofy, Stitch, and then also Pluto. And then, as if that weren't fun enough, they also added unique ears to each of it. So both Goofy and Pluto have their kind of like floppy ears. Mickey and Minnie, of course, have their mouse ears. And then Stitch has his fun alien blue alien ears. Yeah. So I thought that was a nice touch. Last year.
Yeah, I really like that touch with the separate ears for each of them. It really makes them stand out a little more.
Yeah. Last year they had these little, they looked like miniature versions of like trick-or-treat buckets.
Oh, sure.
But everybody had mouse ears. It didn't matter if you were Stitch or Pluto or whatever. It was all the same shape, just a different colors and then a different character on the front. So I like that these are a little bit more tailored to the character.
Sure.
Well, we have some fun news for Star Wars fans. First item up is to align with the new Ahsoka series coming to Disney Plus this week. Guests visiting Batuu will get the chance to meet her. Ahsoka's visit is scheduled to begin on August 23rd. That's the day that this episode drops. Disney has not given details, but we assume that she will be a walk-around character in the land, much like The Mandalorian or Fennec or Boba Fett. So much like those three are walk-around characters now. So what do you think, Mr. Star Wars fan?
Well, I am super excited for the next time that I'm out there and I'll get an opportunity to meet and hopefully get a picture with Ahsoka. I've been excited for the series to be coming out. Been a fan of the character of Ahsoka ever since the beginning of Clone Wars and when she started showing up in Rebels when she started showing up in Rebels, I loved all of her appearances there and the character development throughout that series. And then as she started appearing in Mandalorian and just seeing that character's growth and all of the inserts throughout the universe, I knew that it was a matter of time before there would actually be a series. And so to now have a meet and greetable character too, just super cool for the Star Wars nerd on the show right now.
I think she's going to be a great addition and a really awesome character in the parks.
Yes. Speaking of Star Wars, from now until October 18th, lightsaber hilts found at Doc Ondar and the Star Wars Trading Post are 30% off. If there is a hilt or perhaps a couple that you have had your eye on, now is the time to bring it home. Well, for me, every time that we're in Batuu, I'm always kind of looking at Doc Ondars and I'm thinking, do I want to? Yeah, I mean, is this the year that I spend the money? Do I want to throw that much money down? Is it going to collect dust? Will I really appreciate it? Yeah, I'd really appreciate it, wouldn't I? Okay, am I going to do it? Maybe I won't do it. At 30% off, I would probably end up pulling the trigger. So
that's enough to push you over the edge.
Very possibly. So if you are in the area or you're going to be in the parks between now and October 18th and you get a chance to get that 30% off, write to me and tell me about it.
Which hilt did you pick?
Yes.
DLWeekly announces the boarding of the Trivia Express, non-stop star speeder service to the moon of Endor. All passengers, please prepare for immediate boarding.
Welcome to Trivia Land, where we're going to see how Teresa's going to do alone.
I was going to say, it's just me, myself, and I this week.
Yeah.
Battling Trivia Land, so.
Just Teresa against 4 listeners and one that I threw in. So how are you feeling, Teresa? Do you have some great knowledge in your head?
This could either go really well, because I don't have someone to sway my answers, but it could also go horribly wrong because I don't have someone to help me.
Yes, yeah. I mean, sometimes you get talked out of the right answer, but sometimes you get talked into the right answer.
I would argue I probably get talked into the right answer more often that I get talked out of the wrong answer. It usually works more to my advantage because I've learned, listen to your gut.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see how you do tonight.
We'll see.
All right. So, like I said, 4 listener-submitted questions, and one that it was in the spreadsheet and I had to get it out of there. It was one that I had written. So, let's see how you do. Your first listener-submitted question from listener Kavehi S. There is a box in an attraction with the words, property of Dr. Kan Chunosuke on it. Which attraction can this box be found in?
Like in the attraction or like in the queue?
Queue.
Okay. I'm going to say...
To the best of my memory.
I'm going to say the Jungle Cruise.
Jungle Cruise. Is
Yeah.
that your final answer?
Final.
All right. Your second question from me. What was the first attraction to utilize the Omnimover system?
Adventure through Inner Space.
Adventure through Inner Space. Final answer.
Yes.
All right. This goes really fast when you're not debating with somebody else.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Your third regular round question from listener Sarah P. Disney World has a Club 33 lounge in each park. Other than Disneyland, what other 2 parks also have a Club 33 lounge?
DCA does. Called 1901.
Specifically called Club 33.
Okay.
Don't be taking me to some other named lounge. I want to go to Club 33. And Sarah P. wants to go to Club 33.
I'm just going to say, I believe if you're a Club 33 member, you also, you don't, it's not a separate membership to be at 1901.
No, it's not, but we only want to go to Club 33.
So
We're Club 33 snobs here.
Club 33 specifically.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea. I'm going to say Disneyland Paris.
And?
Because, okay, can you read the question again? Because it said that
Disney World has a Club 33 lounge in each park.
Yeah.
Other than Disneyland, what other 2 parks also have Club 33?
So it wouldn't be Walt Disney World parks because we've already said that they've got them.
Right. So Disney World, Florida.
Yeah.
Has
Am I
Club
picking
33.
2 Walt Disney World parks, or am I picking something other than Walt Disney World? I'm confused by this question.
Other than Disney World and other than Disneyland.
Okay, and you're saying 1901 doesn't count.
Right.
Oh, boy. Okay, we're going to stick with Paris. This is tough. I'm just, seriously, I'm just throwing something out there. Disneyland, Paris, and I'm going to say Tokyo Disneyland. Final... complete guess.
All
of an
right.
answer.
So Paris and Tokyo, final answer.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And your final regular round question from listener Donna S. Who is the voice of Carlos' wife in the attraction Pirates of the Caribbean?
I don't know. This is one that I've heard or read somewhere, but I do not remember the name, who it is. I remember this is a fun fact, but I don't remember who that person is.
Okay. So don't remember.
Yeah,
Final
so that's
answer?
not very helpful. Yes.
All right. And your bonus question tonight from listener Elise K. True or false?
I'm going to just throw a random thing out there.
Sorry. Okay, random name. From who is the voice of Carlos' wife in the attraction Pirates of the Caribbean?
I feel my random guess. I think it was an Imagineer, a female Imagineer.
Okay.
No, I shouldn't even guess.
Oh, go ahead and guess. It's not like you lose points.
That's true. No, okay. My guess was Leota Toombs because she worked on that attraction, but she is the voice of little Leota at the end of the mansion. And Carlos's wife, the hurry back, is Leota. And I'm trying to think of what Carlos's wife sounds like versus the hurry back, but we'll just go with it.
So you're going with Leota Toombs?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You ready for your bonus question?
Yes.
All right. Your bonus question from listener Elise K. True or false? The Sword in the Stone was near Sleeping Beauty Castle when the park opened.
Like it's moved? Like, was it closer than it currently is, or did it exist when the park opened?
I will accept either.
I don't think it was there when the park opened.
So you're saying false?
Yes, I'm saying false. I think it was added after opening day.
Okay. Final answer.
Final. Sure.
Okay. Well, listeners, how did you do listening at home? How do you think Teresa did? Stick around until after the discussion, and we'll all find out together.
Well, for this week's discussion topic, we, and by we, I mean me, decided there was just way too many amazing things in the newly released foodie guides that could be possibly contained to just one, maybe two news stories. So this week, we're discussing food and treats and maybe some tricks. No tricks, just treats.
No tricks.
But
don't like
yes,
tricks.
very, very excited. And Vern has looked through this. He is, as you all know, a huge fan of churros. So I figured maybe this wasn't very nice of me to invite you on this show because you aren't able to come out with us for the Halloween time. I'm actually very sad after looking at this really awesome collection. Tag and I only have one full park day during Halloween time, and then also Oogie Boogie Bash. I do not know how I'm supposed to possibly eat all of the things that I want to try because there's just not enough time. But we're going to go through this anyway. So, starting off, we're going to start off in Disneyland. Some of the things, there's a few things that are returning in Disneyland. Over at Alien Pizza Planet, the Vampire Alien Macaron is returning. Carnation Cafe, the Spicy Chicken Sandwich is returning. Galactic Grill, the Darth by Chocolate Parfait. This one makes me laugh because this one comes, it's a seasonal item, but it comes back frequently. So it comes back, I think, frequently for Halloween time, but I also think they have it in May for May the 4th be with you celebrations and Star Wars month. So I'm actually surprised this hasn't just taken up permanent residence on that menu. And then over at, Blue Bayou does have a new dessert, a chocolate ginger blueberry mousse, yum, chocolate mousse, ginger creme brulee, and a dark chocolate crunch. Topped with a black sesame web. Oh. They didn't include a picture of this on the foodie guide, but sounds like it would taste and look.
Yeah, and I mean,
super cool.
One of the things that they teach in culinary school is that you eat with your eyes. So, I mean, that is something that just, having that aesthetic appeal to it. Why are they not putting up the picture of that one?
Oh, I can't wait to see pictures of that. So, most everything on this foodie guide does run the full Halloween time season, available September 1st through November 9th. However, this chocolate ginger blueberry mousse at Blue Bayou isn't available until September 12th. So, dang, I really want to see what that looks like now that we... Okay, sorry, we got to move on. We're barely even we're scratching the surface here. Gibson Girl Ice Cream Parlor has a Rest in Chocolate sundae. Rocky Road ice cream buried in a chocolate-covered waffle cup with chocolate cookie crumbles and gummy worms topped with a chocolate tombstone. Now, there is a photo of that. That looks amazing.
There are some people that say that you can have too much chocolate ice cream at once, and I don't trust those people.
And we are not those people.
Yeah.
And the Golden Horseshoe Pecan Pie Sundae, pecan praline ice cream served with warm butterscotch, whipped topping, and candied pecans. Hoo-wee. I don't know if that would be something that I would gravitate towards, but
personally,
for those pecan pie lovers.
Yeah, personally not a pecan person, but I respect the people that do like pecans, and I'm looking at the picture and I'm reading the description and I say, if I did like pecans, I imagine that would be delicious.
Hungry Bear. There's places in the park. Hungry Bear is one of them that always get really cool, interesting updates to their menu for holidays. So over at the Hungry Bear, actually, most of this is new, which is even more exciting. There's going to be a barbecue bacon cheeseburger, red pepper cheese onion rings, red pepper cheese fries. The pumpkin churro funnel cake is returning. There's I'm going to have to try these drinks. A huckleberry lemonade with blueberry garnish. Doesn't that sound refreshing? and a chai spiced pumpkin iced tea. Iced tea, chai flavored tea syrup, pumpkin puree, cream, and pumpkin candy crystals. Yep, that's going on the list. That is going on the list.
As the churro connoisseur,
Churro.
I have to take exception to them saying that it's a pumpkin churro funnel cake. Just because you sprinkled cinnamon sugar on something does not mean that you get to throw the word churro on it.
Because it's fried dough with cinnamon sugar.
Yeah, that's not a churro.
It's a pumpkin.
The churro is the extruded dough and then rolled in the sugar. That's not just about the shape. It's the way that shape holds the sugar and it's the churro-ness of the churro.
Don't worry, we'll get to the actual churros later on.
Oh, good. I've been looking forward to that.
I can tell you're very excited to talk about the churros. Well,
Always.
Another great place that gets some really amazing, fun things each holiday, of course, is the Jolly Holiday Bakery.
Of course.
Tag, I wish he was here. We haven't been able to talk about the foodie guide, he and I, but they have a poison apple macaron, which just looking at it, oh, so fun. It's an apple-shaped macaron filled with salted caramel and apple compote. But how they decorated this is wild because, like we said, it's apple-shaped. It's red in color, but they have the green poison, the green poison apple face on it in like an icing, which just...
It's so cool looking.
This looks so cool. There's also a pumpkin chai cream puff, pecan caramel trifle, a Halloween macaroon, which is the Matterhorn macaroon, but it is dipped in chocolate this time with mini chocolate chips and sprinkles, so it's a themed Matterhorn macaroon. And of course, the classic Mickey Bat cookie, which is shortbread. A shortbread cookie, but it's so cutely decorated. Maybe I'll have to try and see if I can bring one of those home for you.
Oh,
it would probably travel well.
Yeah. Yeah, they usually have.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, things similar to it. Yeah. At the Plaza Inn, there's a monster cake, which is a devil's food cake with colorful white chocolate mousse and buttercream.
Yeah, they've had this one for sure last year, and I think probably it was at least the year prior as well. It's very cute, but flavor-wise, it's just devil's food cake. There's nothing spectacular or something amazing about the flavor of it. It's just very adorably decorated. It looks kind of like a monster with like its green frosting and these like eyeballs all over it. So it is fun, but flavor-wise,
Huh. There's also the Black Forest Bundt cake, filled with cherry filling, decorated with chocolate ganache and Halloween sprinkles, topped with chocolate mousse and a chocolate spider web.
Now this dessert, this is new this year. This one looks very themed with its bright orange spiderweb chocolate on top of it, but
aesthetically appealing.
It also sounds like it'd be really good too. It sounds much more interesting to me than the monster cake.
Depends on the cherry filling.
That's true. But the other thing, too, that is going on over at the Plaza Inn is there's going to be a Halloween Screams dining package, which is going to feature a short rib and Cabernet sauce with bacon cheddar mash, charred scallion chimichurri, and roasted broccolini served with a hibiscus lemonade and a specialty dessert. Ooh. And I don't know if this is actually the specialty dessert, but it looks like in the photo, they have this really fun layered probably mousse type dessert, and there's gummy worms and Oogie Boogies on top.
It looks similar to the gray stuff.
It does. Maybe it's some sort of like a dirt pudding. What are those called?
Dirt dessert?
Yes, a dirt dessert. But look at I don't know why I always get so excited about the drinks, but I don't know why. I'm going to have to talk to Tag. Maybe we'll have to do this depending on where the reserved spot is for the fireworks. Maybe we'll have to try and get this dining package because I'm just excited. I'm really excited. This all sounds great, but that drink, I don't know what it is about that drink. Maybe because it's like that super deep, dark purple that it's almost black. It just looks really, really fun. And hibiscus lemonade, it just sounds delicious. So maybe we're going to have to try that out since, like I said, we're only there for the one night. So if we could do the dining package, so we don't have to worry about getting a good spot for the fireworks show.
Yes.
Over at the Red Rose Tavern, they're going to have the grave stuff back again. But they also, new this year, one of the things that I'm very, very excited about, there is a pumpkin cheesecake cold brew. Tavern cold brew coffee with pumpkin sweet cream cheese topper. Yes. Sign me up. The last couple of cold brews that they've had at the Red Rose Tavern, they've not been my favorite. Last year's Halloween time included, because I want to say it was some sort of pumpkin cold brew, but I don't remember it having pumpkin sweet cream cheese topping on it.
Sure.
So I'm excited. I'm optimistic to try this one.
Yeah. Over at Refreshment Corner, you can check out the Spicy Chili Dog, a premium hot dog topped with spicy chili, nacho cheese sauce, spicy brown mustard, spicy corn chips, and a fried serrano pepper.
Can I just get the fried serrano pepper? That sounds delicious. I don't really need the rest of that.
No, the whole thing just sounds
too bad you're not
awesome.
coming, because then you could get the dog and I'd eat the pepper.
You could bring one back for me.
I'm not going to try and bring that back.
You don't think it would travel well?
No, I don't think that one's going to travel well. But it does.
Well,
it does look. It looks interesting. It also looks a little messy with that nacho cheese sauce.
True.
Over at the Royal Street Veranda, this item is actually currently available because they had it to help promote the new Haunted Mansion movie, but it's the potato leek soup. It's a potato and leek soup topped with pea flour creme fraiche, herb oil, and fried leeks, served in a sourdough bread bowl. That would be quite yummy for like a cool fall evening. But yeah, isn't it fun? It just looks spooky.
It does look very cool and spooky, and yeah, I like it.
Something else really fun that now, of course, I have things. Tag and I are going to have a chat, because over at the Tomorrowland Skyline Terrace, there are all sorts of specialty food items. Most of them, if not all of them, are new. But the Tomorrowland Skyline Terrace, for those of you that don't know, is a bookable experience where you're sitting on the second floor of the Innoventions building in Tomorrowland. And so you have this you're up there during the fireworks and projection. So you have an elevated viewing area. It is a little obstructed. I don't believe you can see the full castle facade, if you can see the castle at all, but you can see the fireworks, and they pipe the music in up there and whatnot. But they have all sorts of fun themed foods, starting with the Wicked Stepsisters crispy pork bowl. Crispy fried pork loin served over sweet soy dressed cabbage and white rice, garnished with green onions and served with a katsu sauce. It looks delicious.
That just looks and sounds great.
There's a pot roast smee witch. Yes, that was on purpose. Slow cooked pot roast with onions, peppers, belted provolone, horseradish aioli on a hoagie roll and served with a side of au jus. There's a curry royale, spiced fried cauliflower, basmati and green pea rice, and spinach with chickpeas, and romanesco served with curry sauce. That is the plant-based offering. For dessert, because can't forget dessert, of course, Maleficent brownie, chocolate brownie with swirls of black and purple colored with white chocolate mousse, and yellow and green colored white chocolate mousse flames with chocolate Maleficent horns. They don't have a photo of that, but that sounds very visually appealing.
This is another case of why did they not show the photo?
We need to see photos. They need to see we need photos of every single food item. Really, that's what we need.
Yeah.
The Royal Raspberry Delight. They do have a photo of this. It's very nice. Chocolate tart shell filled with chocolate mousse and ganache, topped with a red and black raspberry mousse glazed dome. So it is themed to the Queen of Hearts. Even has a fun little crown atop the dome. Very, very cute. A blood orange flavored slush with raspberry drizzled, served with a Mickey Mouse shaped glow cube. And finally, a pineapple and jalapeno limeade. Now, this is probably the one drink that I am not super excited to need to try, but it is pineapple and lime juices with diced jalapenos and a lime slice served with a Mickey Mouse shaped glow cube, non-alcoholic. I'm not sure about jalapenos in my limeade, but if you try it, let me know.
Sometimes you get the spicy with the sweet. It can really work together very well. But then with the sour of the lime, I'm torn on how I feel.
I don't know how I feel about that. I would probably take a sip of it, but I wouldn't be able to fully commit to ordering an
Sure.
entire one for myself, if that makes sense.
Yep.
Now, on to Vern's favorite part, the churros of Disneyland.
Yes.
Over in Critter Country and the churros near the Haunted Mansion, we have the Trick or Treat Sweets churro rolled in a shortbread sugar, drizzled with caramel and chocolate sauces, and topped with Twix cookie bar pieces. He's so excited. He's reading along with me.
It's
The photo, the only thing that looks a little interesting to me is the shortbread sugar. The rest of it looks fantastic because the shortbread sugar almost looks more like a powdered sugar.
yeah, it seems a little thick. And sometimes with the churros that have the thicker sugars to them, that can be a little overpowering.
Like you might not want to like accidentally sneeze anywhere near this because it'd probably be.
And they can kind of dry out the mouth a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'll actually kind of tap the churro a bit and get some of that excess sugar off. But just tips from the pros. But it does look excellent.
There's also a sweet potato cheesecake dipping sauce over at the churros near the Casey Jr. circus train, and also at the cart near the Small World Promenade, which, interesting. There's not a picture of that, but that sounds interesting.
Sounds good.
Tag and I did try this one last year. It's the Maleficent churro. It's a classic churro rolled in chocolate cookie crumbles, so rolled in like Oreos.
Sure,
Yep.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it's served with a peanut butter dipping sauce, creamy peanut butter, and a vanilla dipping sauce. Our one gripe when we were given the dipping sauce, do not let the word sauce fool you. It is not a sauce. It's very, very thick.
Sure.
And we were actually given, it was kind of cold when it was given to us, so it was very hard. Think of like cold peanut butter, right? You
Sure.
cannot dip into cold peanut butter.
Right.
So that was it was a very messy, fun, like we had a hoot trying to get this quote unquote sauce onto the
Sure.
churro, and I remember making a huge mess and my fingers were covered in the chocolate cookie stuff. We spotted this churro on our way out of the park, so it was totally fine that we were making fools of ourselves and making a huge mess because we were just going back to the hotel anyways, but it was fun.
Yeah. If you're over by Buzz Lightyear Astro Blasters, you can check out the Orange Citrus Churro, a citrus-flavored churro served with citrus cream dipping sauce. Or there's the citrus cream dipping sauce is orange-flavored icing and condensed milk sauce.
Ooh.
That sounds very good to me.
It sounds like a churro creamsicle or dreamsicle.
I was just trying to come up with exactly those words to go with like a creamsicle to it. Yeah.
That might be really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I might have to add that to the list.
Yes.
Well, that's all for Disneyland. So on to Disney California Adventure now. Award Wieners has the Taka Dog is coming back, which was a sweet and spicy pulled pork with a fiery tropical chutney served on a toasted bun with cuties or film strip fries. I still need to try film strip fries. I don't know why I haven't tried those yet. But new this year, poison apple funnel cake fries. They're dusted with cinnamon sugar and topped with candied apple compote, whipped topping, and a green apple glaze. These are, in this photo, brightly colored. The candied apple compote is like a really bright red. And then, of course, the green apple glaze is just this drizzle that's on top of the whipped cream, which is also a very bright green. This is a very vibrantly colored dessert. This sounds fun. The cappuccino cart, the pumpkin bunt cake has come back. It looks very cute. Oh, no themed coffees though, so that's disappointing. It's fine. I think I saw another one later down in this page, so we'll be okay.
All right.
So far, we only have one cold brew. Just saying. Not that anybody here is keeping any sort of count.
I understand. Yep. Yep. At Clarabelle's Hand Scooped Ice Cream, you can have a created in the lab sundae with vanilla ice cream, strawberry sauce, licorice laces, and whipped topping, or a pumpkin ale hard float with Elysian Brewing Night Owl Pumpkin Ale with maple ice cream and a seasonal garnish, or an apple strudel hard float with Honest Abe hard apple cider with apple strudel ice cream and caramel drizzle. That one sounds so good.
So the apple strudel one's the one that caught your
That,
attention.
yeah,
I was thinking that pumpkin ale one may have. That just sounds. I'm just thinking about how creamy of a like.
Sure.
I'm
I mean,
thinking
that
of, like,
also
a root
sounds
beer
very. I
float,
mean,
right?
all
But
three of them
I know,
sound
they all
really
sound
good, but
delicious.
the apple strudel one just really flipped a switch for
Dang,
me.
see?
That sounds excellent.
This is another thing that I don't know if I'd commit to the entire, like if I'd want the entire thing, but I wish they showed sample sizes of some of these things.
Yeah.
Well, over at the Cozy Cone Motel, number 1, of course, the churro cone, has a candy corn churro.
Yeah.
Orange and yellow sugar-covered churro, topped with vanilla icing, and, of course, candy corn. Vern's
Why
not the
candy
biggest,
corn?
Vern's not the biggest
Well,
candy corn
Did it have to
person.
be candy corn?
It is fun, though. And really, there's nothing too special about this. There's just, it's colored sugar, vanilla icing, and then the candy corns itself. So it's just more,
But
it's more cute than anything.
And the conical shape of the candy corn fits with cozy cone.
That's
and-
good catch.
and
That's why
candy
they did it.
corn is the quintessential Halloween
Yep.
candy. But does anybody actually like candy
I
corn?
like candy corn. So there.
Okay. Does anybody other than you like
Other
candy?
people, there are other people that like candy corn. I know it's not the most pop. It's kind of like Peeps. I feel like I'm not a Peeps person, but there are people that really like Peeps.
Yeah. Okay.
I wouldn't say I'm like,
Sure.
I don't know. I like candy corn. I get
Uh,
candy corn flavored things pique my interest. It's okay if it doesn't for you. I'll just more candy corn for me then.
yes. Yep.
Well, over at Cozy Cone Motel 3, the chili cone queso is back. At Flo's V8 Cafe, spicy chicken and fries is also back. This is steak fries topped with chicken tenders tossed in a mango habanero sauce, drizzled with ranch dressing, and finished with green onions. And Jack Jack Cookie Num Nums has a really fun Monster Baby, which is a shortbread cookie dipped in chocolate with a Jack Jack chocolate piece. This is like Jack Jack when he's like the little like the little monster. And so it's
No.
very fun colors and themes.
I'm
for
noticing a trend of a lot of spicy stuff. Like they're
Oh, yeah.
they're ramping up the spice level on things. And I mean, personally, I'm here for it. I enjoy spicy food, and I mean, I won't actually be there for it.
Who
but
knows?
but if I could
mean,
be
Halloween,
there for it. But
the spicy time of year.
I guess so. I mean, I'm not complaining. I like it, but
I'm sorry. I just look at this.
yeah,
Schmoozies. I didn't even like this is brilliant. Oh my gosh. I wish I could show all of you this photo. I might have to put this on the episode graphic. That's how exciting this photo is. All I saw was the photo and I knew exactly what this was supposed to represent.
Yeah.
Schmoozies has an Ursula shake. And holy cow, does it give you the most ever Ursula vibes. I might have to get this just because. But it is, it's a coconut and taro shake with whipped cream topping and cotton candy dusted with blue sugar, but they sugar rim the side of this glass to look like her tentacles. So the coconut and taro shake is the purpley color. And then the cotton candy on top, they have it, spiked up like her hair. Oh, this, good job. Good job, Disney, whoever came up with this. You made a villain in a glass, and I knew exactly who it was.
it was very well done.
I'm going to have to, there's not enough time, but I might have to try this. It's in DCA, so I've got extra time because we're going there
Sure.
for the Oogie Boogie Bash, so we have more time in DCA.
Yeah.
So I might have to try this. I can't wait to show Tag this. He's going to think I'm a dork, but I don't care.
Yeah.
Sorry, going on. Lamplight Lounge does have a couple of things. Also returning ghost pepper nachos, a butterscotch
Keeping with the
apple.
spicy that I noticed.
More spice. Butterscotch apple mule. There's also pumpkin spice donuts in the lounge that's also available. Schmoozies. Sorry, going back to schmoozies since I went ahead because of Ursula. There's also a fun theme mummy shake. I will say it is not as good as the Ursula one as far as looks go, but it is. Mummy Shake has whipped topping, chocolate cream filled cookie ears, and M&M's crunchy cookie chocolate candy. So it does sound delicious, just not nearly as cute.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, over at Smoke Jumper's Grill, we can keep going with the spiciness
Ooh,
and try
you better
the.
not read this, Vern. You're gonna want to.
Oh no, I already started reading, and it's the ghostly double cheeseburger, double beef and soy chorizo burger with provolone, ghost pepper black bean spread, avocado crema, cabbage, and pico de gallo, served with crinkle cut fries. And the picture is just, it's glorious. It is this thick, stacked burger with the pickle speared on the top and the toasted brioche bun, and it's just...
that actually looks like some sort of like a grilled pepper.
And maybe, actually, yeah.
Oh, that looks really good.
And it's just, mouth-watering over here. It's Again, just glorious looking.
I need a sample size of that because it might be too spicy for me, but it sounds amazing. Sure. If you need to cool your tongue down after that spicy burger, you can get the Haunted Forest ice cream parfait, cherry shake with chocolate sauce, brownie crumble, cherry topping, and whipped cream. I might have to get this because they have an Oogie Boogie apple lemonade. Just because it's Oogie Boogie, I might have to get it. Green apple lemonade with cherry-flavored popping spears and raspberry sauce. It looks very spooky.
Yes.
It's a lime green, and then they've got the red sauce on the side, kind of like blood splatters. Mm-hmm. Very fun.
I think that's actually a layering in the drink itself.
It could be. Yeah. Could be. Wine Country Trattoria has a pumpkin creme brulee. Ooh. There's also a Halloween cocktail, but that pumpkin creme brulee sounds very interesting. The Halloween cocktail is Jameson Irish whiskey, lime juice, sweet and sour passion, fruit syrup, and strawberry puree. For those of you going to Oogie Boogie Bash, they did not release this in the foodie guide, but I want everyone to know they are bringing back the dining package at the Wine Country Trattoria. So if you plan to do Oogie Boogie Bash, the event allows you to get into the park at 3 p.m. You can make yourself a dining reservation at the Wine Country, and you get reserved seating for the parade. Previous years it hasn't been the best spots, but we really enjoy the menu that they have for this. It is a prefix menu, so there are things that you can choose from, but it's very fun. It's how we like to start our Oogie Boogie Bash and kind of kick off the night before we get into all the, wandering around to find and see all the new villains and get all the candies and see all the cool spooky things. But that dining event is coming back. The other thing that's coming back for Oogie Boogie Bash as well is the dessert parade package is back too. On to more churros.
Which is the best place to be, really. So when you're over by Redwood Creek Challenge Trail, check out the Coffee and Donut Churro. A churro rolled in coffee sugar and topped with coffee-infused chocolate sauce, whipped topping, and seasonal sprinkles.
Yeah, that's happening.
Oh, yeah. It's beautiful. I mean, the presentation of it is just, it's a beautiful churro. And the coffee sugar, I'm intrigued by that because I'm imagining like a little of the bitterness of the coffee with the sweetness of the sugar, and then a coffee infused chocolate sauce. I have had like a chocolate coffee before, and I'm imagining that bitter sweetness going on, and then the whipped topping adding extra sweetness to it. That is going to be a delicious churro, and really right up your alley because you like the more creamy coffees. Mm-hmm. So that is going to be a great churro. I'm jealous that you get to have it.
Depending how strong the coffee flavor is, I might be able to convince Tag to try it. He's not a coffee fan.
Sure.
But if it's something that's the sweetness overpowers the coffee flavor type of thing. Like he liked the what was it, that Oreo cold brew.
Yeah. If you gave him one of the bites from the middle where it's like all the whipped topping, like an end bite where there's not as much whipped topping, that wouldn't be good for a Tag, but one of the middle bites I think Tag would get along with really well.
There's also a new Oogie Boogie churro available in Hollywoodland. It's chocolate cookie covered churros with green icing and gummy worms and candies. I don't know what the candies are. I don't see them in the photo, but there's candies in addition to the gummy worms. So cute, fun themed. I think that's just more about the theming necessarily than the flavor. Man, I'm just still can't get over that coffee and donut churro. That just...
I'm curious what the flavoring will be on the green icing. Like
Probably
if
just vanilla.
see, if it is a vanilla, having that with the cookie covering on the churro, that's going to make it kind of an Oreo churro with the gummy worms too. That will be an excellent churro as well.
Outdoor vending carts will also have bacon-wrapped hot dogs topped with peppers and onions, served with a side of chips, barbecue chipotle turkey legs, candy apple cotton candy, which is a green and a red swirl cotton candy in a spiderweb bag. And then, of course, since it's DCA, there's going to be a couple of adult beverages available as well. There's infrared mode hard seltzer from Bottle Logic Brewing, pineapple hard soda from Cantaritos, and Sierra Nevada Brewing has an Oktoberfest that will also be available. Another place to check out is you always want to check out the hotels for all the fun treats, especially the Grand Californian has lots of fun treats. We won't go through all of them because there's quite a list here and also in the next foodie guide that we're going to. Plus, Downtown Disney has a ton of fun things as well. This just caught my eye. Jazz Kitchen Coastal Grill and Patio has the Witchy Worm Inn. Fun play on words again. The Witchy Worm Inn. Fresh witch's brew of vodka, melon liqueur, orange juice, and a splash of Sprite topped with gummy worms. How fun. I love the theming and how creative people get. All right. As though one foodie guide wasn't enough, we also have the Plaza de la Familia foodie guide available as well, which this is hands down, one of my favorite places to eat in the park. And the thing that's interesting here is the Plaza de la Familia or the Plaza de Familia area is in the Paradise Garden area, but the Paradise Garden Grill is one of my favorite places to eat in the parks. I think it's so fun that this location changes based on what's going on. So if it changes out with the season. So it's not that you can always go back there and get the same old thing. No. The whole menu swaps out depending on what's going on. Sure. And I think that's really, really cool. So
got to keep it fresh.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So the new menu back at the Paradise Garden Grill has a couple of things that are returning, but also a couple new things as well. There's chili verde chicken flautas topped with avocado spread, shredded lettuce, crema, queso fresco, tomatillo salsa, and pickled onions served with Spanish rice and pinto beans. That is new. There's tacos, there's carnitas burritos, there's a chorizo quesadilla, which is plant-based. Oh, I might have to try that. That sounds really yummy as well. Elote street-style tacos, chips and salsa verde, salsa roja, and then, of course, pinto beans and Spanish rice for sides, too. One of the things to put on your list, if you haven't tried already, is they just call it the vanilla layer cake. I don't know why. I call it the cocoa cake. I think it's because it's got a sugar skull topped on the top, and I just, for some reason, the colors and the sugar skull decoration, it just really reminds me of cocoa. Plus, we have the cocoa celebration going on back there, but the real name is the vanilla layer cake. This one holds a special place in both Vern and I's hearts because this is one of our wedding cake flavors that we had at the Disneyland Resort. It is layers of vanilla cake with cinnamon mousse and sweet cream cheese frosting, aka it's a churro cake.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Very, very delicious.
It was very much so.
So yeah, I always like to get this because, first of all, I call it the wrong thing, but you will either call it the churro cake because that's what it was called when we had it for the wedding, or I call it the cocoa cake. I don't know why, but I never think to say vanilla layer cake, but that's truly what it's called. So make sure that's what you order. Don't say the other two things. They're not going to know what you're talking about. Maybe they will, but that's not actually what it's called. So in short, there's also some special sippers back there.
And some straw clips. And at Boardwalk Pizza and Pasta, you can get the horchata cheesecake with a sugar skull decor.
This is really fun. So remember I told you all the fun treats. There's lots of fun treats at the hotels. And Disney's Grand Californian Hotel and Spa in the Great Hall, or like the big lobby area, they have a little treat cart. And at that treat cart, they have all sorts of new items to celebrate this year. There's an horchata cookie. There's a gingerbread caballera cookie, which it looks to me like a Mickey gingerbread cookie, and we all know how delicious they are, but it's got this super cute little spooky skull decoration on it. Chocolate-covered pretzel sticks, cookie box with pumpkin Mickey sugar cookie, raspberry-filled cookies, and chocolate chip cookies. A macaron box, a Rice Krispie treat dipped in white chocolate. It's got Dante on it. It's so cute. And Mexican wedding cookies. There's also vanilla sugar skull cookies, cinnamon chocolate loaf cake, smothered potato chips, and then they've got all the different types of cookie shots that they've got available as well. There's a pumpkin cookie shot, a red velvet cookie shot, a churro cookie shot, a chocolate chip cookie shot, all sorts of fun stuff. So it's times like these that I wish I could just have my little teleporter so I could go to Disneyland whenever I felt like it to try all of these amazing things, because how is one supposed to choose? There's just so many delicious and amazing sounding goodies. Please write in. Let us know what you're excited about, what's made it on your must-try list. Of course, we're going to have links in the show notes to both of the articles from the Disney Parks blog. I know Gothic Rosie on Facebook usually puts together or has links to really well put together lists. So if you're a list person and you want to kind of go through and highlight things and check off as you try and eat your way through the parks, once we see those, I will definitely share the link so you could use that as well. But man, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what everyone's excited about. I did just realize there is really truly just the one cold brew, so I'm a little sad about that. But
yeah, I didn't notice anymore either.
That's okay. I'm in Disneyland. We're in Disneyland. We start in Disneyland.
Sure.
No. We don't start in Disneyland our first day. We end in Disneyland our first day. We're actually starting in DCA the first day. So I'll have to, that'll be my afternoon coffee, is the pumpkin cheesecake cold brew. So very excited.
And hopefully it's just really good and you can enjoy it over and over again. Yes.
Well, it's just the one day. So even if it's not the greatest, that's okay.
Yeah.
I'm just excited to try it.
Looks like we're coming in for a landing, gang. But please stay listening until trivia comes to a stop. And then you can walk to the nearest exit. Thanks for listening to the 8th wonder of the world, DL Weekly.
Welcome back to Trivia Land, where we're going to find out how Teresa did tonight. Teresa, how do you feel you did?
I'm not really sure, because there was a couple of stumpers in there. So, and there was one that was definitely just me kind of, two that were kind of me just hoping. So we'll see.
All right. Well, let's find out, shall we? Your first listener-submitted question tonight from listener Kavei S. There is a box in an attraction with the words, Property of Dr. Kan Chunosuke on it. Which attraction can this box be found in? Your answer was The Jungle Cruise. The correct answer that I was looking for was The Jungle Cruise.
Woo!
High five.
I was thinking either my second guess, I could see Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
There's lots of crates in there too.
Yeah, I mean, anytime that there's a box in an attraction, it's probably going to be one of those two. Mm-hmm. Although I believe it was many episodes ago that I was able to get, it was either you or Tag, maybe both of you, I got you with a box and a queue because of one of the Star Wars rides.
Oh, sure.
Because they've got boxes in those queues.
Lots of boxes in those queues as well.
But you got this one right. Your second regular round question, one that I had come up with, what was the first attraction to utilize the Omnimover system? Your answer was Adventure Through Inner Space. The correct answer that I was looking for was Adventure Through Inner Space.
Woo-hoo!
Well done. Your third regular round question from listener Sarah P. Disney World has a Club 33 lounge in each park. Other than Disneyland, what other two parks also have a Club 33 lounge? So there are multiple Disneys throughout the world, and we want to know which two of them have Club 33. Not any of the other names, but specifically Club 33. Your answer was Tokyo Disney and Disneyland Paris. The correct answer that I was looking for was Tokyo and Shanghai.
Oh, so close.
Half credit for that one. And your fourth and final regular round question from listener Donna S. Who is the voice of Carlos's wife in Pirates of the Caribbean? Your answer was Leota Tombs.
Oh, yeah, my Hail Mary, yes.
Yes, your Hail Mary pass was to Leota Tombs. The correct answer that I was looking for was June Foray.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
And your bonus question tonight from listener Elise K. True or false? The Sword in the Stone was near Sleeping Beauty Castle when the park opened. You answered false. The correct answer that I was looking for was false. The movie came out in 1963, and the sword itself was installed in 1983.
There we go.
Well, listeners, how do you think Teresa did? How did you do listening at home? Do you have that perfect question that you'd really like to stump her with next time? Or stump Tag, because he'll be back. If you've got that perfect question, feel free to send that in to us at trivia@dlweekly.net.
Well, we will be back next week with more Disneyland news and information.
Until then, go out and enjoy the parks.
Please remain seated until the podcast comes to a complete stop and the doors have opened. Then collect your belongings, watch your head, and step carefully from the episode. On behalf of all of our crew, thanks for traveling with us. And we hope you have a happy and memorable visit here at DL Weekly.